All right, so before we go into example 3, let's define what we mean when we say that a function is increasing or decreasing. So we say that a function is increasing on an interval if anywhere on that interval f increases as t decreases. Okay, so we have a function in terms of t, and if f increases as t increases, we say that the function is increasing. So what does the average rate of change look like? Well, if we have 2 points, right? We have 2 points, right? And it's increasing, right? So it's increasing. So the next, as t goes forward, the value of the function goes up, right? And if you look at delta t versus well, delta q, right? Delta q is positive, delta t is positive, so that gives us an average rate of change that's positive. Okay. So we say that a function is decreasing on an interval if anywhere on that interval the value of the function decreases as t increases. Okay, so if we take an initial point and we go forward in time, then the value of the quantity decreases, right? So our delta q is negative for a positive change in t, right? And so if we look at delta q over delta t, which is our average rate of change, it's going to be negative. Negative. All right, so now let's take a look at example 3. We're given a graph of a function, and we're asked to determine on what intervals is the function increasing or decreasing. Okay, I'm guessing you probably have pretty good intuition about how this works. So if I take any two, if I look at this first, if I look at this part of the function over here, if I take any 2 points on this function where x is less than 0, right? I just choose 2 arbitrary points. You can see that that as time goes forward, the value of the function decreases. All right, so so I'm going to get a negative slope. Negative slope, right? For x less than 0, right? But now once I get if I'm greater than 0, then you can see on this portion of the graph, as time goes forward, the value of the function increases, right? So here I'm going to have a positive slope between any 2 points. Okay, and then it looks like at about, we'll say that's about 1, then it looks like it turns around. It's going now it's starting to go down. So for an increase in x, I get a decrease in f of x. Okay, so this is going to give me a negative slope. Oops, slope. All right, so this is where interval notation can come in handy. But we can also use just inequality notation. So I can say that for x less than 0, right? We said we were out if we choose any 2 points where x is less than 0, then f of x decreases as x increases, right? So we can say that it's decreasing on that interval less than 0, right? Where x is less than 0. And then we have another portion of the graph between 0 and 1, right? Where we saw that if we choose any 2 points, as we increase x, we increase f of x. So it's increasing on that portion of the graph. And then once we get past 1, so x is greater than 1, again we have a decreasing function, because if we look at any 2 points on that portion of the graph, we see that the rate of change, the average rate of change, is negative, or the slope between those 2 points is negative. All right. We got one more example. I'll meet you in the next video.